Like, I just feel like gaming has just gone downhill over the last 20 years, and it's just gonna get worse and worse the more technology advances. I think gaming actually got bigger. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's always gonna keep growing, but where the industry is headed as a whole and like what they're doing with video games is very questionable. Everything just revolves around how much money you're making off of the project instead of it actually being a form of like an art. And that's what I used to think gaming was. It was always evolving, like with the Nintendo 64 going into Dreamcast, Xbox, you know, the first Xbox. Like when all that stuff was coming out, there was always innovative new things happening. Nowadays, you know, you get like PlayStation 5, and really the only thing you're getting is faster loading times and slightly better graphics than PS4. You know, like that's it. Like literally, it's slightly better graphics. Like I can't even say like it's revolutionary. Oh my god, it's gonna shatter my mind with like the most realistic looking people ever. You know, like it hasn't been like that. At least not yet, you know, and by the time it actually gets to that, like what's the quality of the game's gonna be like? It's gonna be amazing graphics, but like broken gameplay with falling through the floor and, you know, like broken mechanics that don't work and, you know, like all the usual shit that we see nowadays, you know? So like, what's the point of us going into next generation when it's just gonna be a giant shit show of like rehashed Call of Duty 79? You know, like it's never anything new. I think I'm done with console gaming. I'm probably not gonna buy a console ever again. Like, and if I do, it's gonna be massively on sale. Like I'll buy it for half its price. Like I don't see myself buying a PS5. During this live stream, I stopped talking about it. I got sidetracked. So I'm just going to continue on from here talking about this subject. Because like I said, I don't have consoles on my radar anymore. Most of the games that come out are multi-platform. So I primarily play on my PC. So I see no reason to buy a console anymore. Especially now with the way Microsoft is acquiring all these studios and doing all these things. It just means that there's more power going towards the PC side of gaming now. So it's starting to get to the point where console gaming is just going to become some kind of niche thing, something that people get because they don't want to have to deal with a computer. And I totally understand that, because not everybody has the capability or even the patience to deal with a PC, to have to like update Windows and to download drivers and to do all those things. So it's totally understandable why consoles exist and why they're still here. But at the end of the day, the PC can do everything the console can, and the PC is always well ahead of the generations. So I figure, why bother? Why even get a PS5? Why even get an Xbox Series X? There's no point, especially when all the games are coming on the PC as well. And pretty much Nintendo is just out of the question completely, because Nintendo doesn't really release games that much. And every time they release games, it's always the same crap over and over and over. Right now, all they're doing is slowly drip feeding Nintendo 64 emulation. And this is stuff that we've been doing already for years. Why is it so hard for the company that actually owns the rights to all these games, for them to actually put it all available on the Switch? The worst part about Nintendo is that they don't take advantage of the fact that most of their fans are into nostalgia. They like old stuff being made new again. Why haven't they remade games? Like you've been seeing recently, like the Resident Evil 2 being remade, and Resident Evil 3, and then you got the Spyro game, and you got the Crash Bandicoot. All those are really cool remasters. It's like completely redone games. It's like taking the same exact formula, but updating it with awesome graphics and actually adding in some quality of life stuff that the original games didn't have. So that's really cool. I would love to see more of that. Because if we're going to be rehashing the same old crap over and over, at least give me something new and updated. Instead, they're lazy assholes. And that's why I don't really care for Nintendo. The only reason why I even own a Switch is because of my fiance. She loves Nintendo. She wants to continue to play those type of games. But even her, she barely touches her Switch. She spends more time with the PlayStation or the Xbox than she does with her Switch. So anyway, I don't want to keep ranting about this all day. The main thing that I'm really concerned about for the future of gaming is just not only seeing the same stuff reused and redone over and over and over, but also the quality of games that have been coming out recently. Everything has been an early access title, basically. They say it's launched. They say it's gone gold, like the way Cyberpunk lied about that, but it's not really. All it is just a giant beta test. You're just sitting here testing out their game, complaining about it, and then they'll fix it later. Remember that old saying that Miyamoto said about a game delayed is better than a game unfinished, or whatever it was that he said? I don't know. That saying still has a lot to do with what's going on today also, because back in those days, we couldn't update games. Once you deliver that Nintendo 64 cartridge, that's it. That's the game, and if it's screwed with bugs like Cyberpunk, then it's gonna die. That's it. But nowadays, these companies take advantage of the fact that, oh, we can update it later. Don't worry about it. We'll just patch it. All it does is ruin their reputation. Look at what's going on with CD Projekt Red right now. They went through so much fire after them being praised as one of the best developers of our time, close to what BioWare used to be and Rockstar and stuff like that. Now they're just a shell of what they used to be. And CD Projekt Red of all definitely is going to take a long time to recover that lost reputation from launching Cyberpunk. So I just don't get why they rush out games so hard. But at the same time, I understand why they rush games so hard, because they need to make money. It's the publisher, or it's the investors, or it's whoever is behind the scenes pointing their finger at them and trying to get them to hit deadlines and do all that stuff and overwork their developers and do all those things. That is really what's hurting the gaming industry. And it makes me glad that I didn't get into game development, because I personally was trying to go for that. Something stopped me, and I'm glad it stopped me, whatever it was. I don't know if it was the spirit trying to tell me not to do it. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about this. This is something that has been bothering me for a long time. And especially like the AAA industry, I don't see it changing. It's going to stay the same, or it's going to get worse over time. Because like I said, now that graphics are going to get better, all it's going to do is delay the inevitable of games being released before they're ready. And it's just going to be a nonstop trend of that. And that's all it's going to be from now on. So we'll be lucky to get a game that's as polished as possible on day one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, later.